Think just that, a simple, invisible, silent act, but one capable of moving forces that you do not yet fully understand. Genevieve Behrend said that every thought is a vibration that touches the very fabric of the universe, and the universe always responds. Nothing you imagine is lost in the void. Every idea, emotion, and mental image you create becomes an energetic impulse that travels beyond the mind, slowly shaping the reality around you. But the secret lies in the quality of thought. Not every thought creates, only those born from the alignment of mind. Emotion and faith have the power to transform the invisible into form. This is what Genevieve's forgotten lesson is about. The creative power of conscious thought, capable of opening doors that physical effort could never move. Today, you will discover why the universe does not respond to words, but to the vibration behind them, and how to adjust your mind so that everything you desire begins to come your way, naturally and inevitably. If this knowledge resonates with you, subscribe to the channel now and stay until the end, because what will be revealed may completely change the way you understand reality. Imagine the beginning of the 20th century. The world was still in its infancy in understanding the human mind, and talking about manifestation, energy, or vibration seemed something reserved for mystics and visionaries. It was in this context that a woman ahead of her time emerged. Genevieve Behrend, a direct disciple of Thomas Troward, one of the greatest thinkers of New Thought. While most people believed that destiny was a blind and immutable force, Genevieve made a bold and almost heretical statement. The mind is the true architect of reality. According to her, the universe is not a set of random events, but a sensitive mirror that accurately reflects the most intimate content of our thoughts. She taught that every thought is a vibrational seed, planted in the invisible field of the universal mind, and that what you hold with faith and feeling will sooner or later manifest itself, not by magic, but by a cosmic law that unites consciousness and form, idea and matter, spirit and experience. For Genevieve, imagining was not dreaming, it was creating in spiritual substance. Visualizing was shaping the invisible with the hands of the soul. She said that when a thought is sustained with clarity and emotion, it begins to acquire energetic density until the visible world has no choice but to reflect what has already been created within. But there was a deeper secret in her teachings, something that many interpreted only superficially. Genevieve did not speak only of visualizing wealth or achievements. She spoke of a state of communion with the Creator, where thought ceases to be a personal force and becomes a channel for the divine mind. In this state, the human mind does not create alone. It co-creates with the whole. And it is at this point that the impossible begins to become inevitable. The vibrational science of thought. According to Genevieve Behrend, thought is pure vibration, a subtle frequency that propagates in the invisible field of the universe. Nothing in the cosmos is static. Everything vibrates, from atoms to ideas. And it is this vibration that determines the quality of the energy we attract, reflect, and materialize in our lives. Every thought you have is like a musical note emitted by the mind. Some resonate in harmony with the flow of creation. Others create dissonance that distances you from your true power. The universe, being a living and intelligent mind, does not respond to words, but to the emotional frequency that sustains them. Thinking about something with fear is vibrating scarcity. Thinking about something with faith is vibrating abundance. And the universe, like a perfect mirror, returns only the exact reflection of the vibration you emitted. Genevieve said that the secret is not in what you think, but in how you feel the thought. Emotion is the fuel that gives life to the mental image. Without emotion, thought is just a shadow without creative power. But when thought is coated with feeling, it becomes a vibrational command that echoes through the dimensions of the invisible. Imagine the thought as a luminous seed, thrown into the field of infinity. If it is planted with conviction and watered daily with the right emotion, it begins to germinate on the invisible plane. And when the vibration matures, it crosses the border between the unmanifest and the manifested, transforming itself into circumstances, encounters, opportunities, and synchronicities. That is why Genevieve insisted it is not enough to think. You have to feel the thought as if it were already real. This is the point where the vibration of the mind aligns with the vibration of the reality it wishes to create. And in this alignment, the invisible bows before the awakened consciousness. Think like this, and the universe will respond. Think like this. Everything you seek already exists. There is nothing to conquer outside, only something to recognize within. The universe does not respond to words or requests, but to the silent vibration of what you truly believe is possible. When you think with fear, the universe echoes fear. When you think with faith, it echoes faith. It is as if each thought were a musical note, and the universe, an immense instrument, returned the same melody you played. So think like this. Everything I desire is already in motion. The invisible works in my favor. The energy I create in thought is the beginning of form. Genevieve Behrend said that imagination is the direct channel between man and the divine. If you can clearly see what you want and feel as if it were already real, the universe has no choice but to respond to the frequency you have emitted. It is not magic. It is vibrational correspondence. So when doubt arises, do not ask how it will happen, but rather what vibration am I sustaining now? Because it is this vibration and not effort that opens or closes the doors to the invisible. Think this way, and the universe will respond, not with words, but with signs, encounters, and synchronicities. Everything will begin to move in the same direction as what you deeply believe is possible. The bridge between mind and reality, between the invisible and the visible, there is a silent bridge, built by conscious thought. Everything that human beings call reality is, in fact, a reflection of consciousness in action. Forms, events, even encounters that seem accidental, are precise responses to the vibrational pattern we emit. Genevieve Behrend believed that the external world is only a living mirror of the by nothing happens outside that has not first been conceived within. This is the universal law of correspondence, the principle that connects the invisible realm of imagination to the tangible realm of matter. Every thought you hold clearly becomes a seed, planted in the field of the universal. But this seed does not germinate through effort, but through the inner certainty that the invisible is already in the process of manifestation. The universe responds to the degree of consciousness, not the degree of desire. That is why restless minds trapped in doubt or fear create fragmented realities, while those who quiet themselves and trust become co-authors of their own destiny. The secret is not in asking, but in vibrating at the same frequency as what one already is in essence. When thought is imbued with true feeling, it crosses the bridge, the invisible begins to take shape, and what was once only an inner vision begins to project itself in time and space. Thus, reality ceases to be something that happens to you and becomes something that happens through you. The bridge between mind and reality is therefore built by focus, faith, and coherent vibration. And according to Genevieve, it is at this point that human beings cease to be victims of chance and become conscious co-creators, a mirror of the universe itself, reflecting back the energy they have chosen to sustain. The secret lesson of Genevieve Behrend. Genevieve Behrend's secret lesson was never just about thinking positively. She knew that thinking is creating, but that true creation is born when thought becomes living consciousness, when what you imagine ceases to be a distant idea and becomes your inner truth. She discovered that the universe does not respond to desire itself, but to the silent conviction of those who already see themselves in possession of what they desire. That is why Genevieve did not just visualize, she felt. She trained her mind until the invisible seemed as real as the physical world. That was the essence of her power, the union between imagination, emotion, and unshakable faith, a creative trinity that, when aligned, causes reality to bend before the awakened mind. Most people think, but doubt. Genevieve thought and believed completely. And therein lies the secret. The universe does not respond to ordinary thinking, but to the vibrant certainty of those who know that creation has already taken place on the invisible plane. So, if you want to transform your life, start where everything begins, in your mind. Don't fight what is, just raise your frequency. Feel at one with what you desire, and the universe will have no choice but to reflect that unity. Because in the end, reality is not something you find, it is something you emit. And when you think in harmony with creation, The universe responds like a divine echo of your own consciousness. The hidden language of the universe. Genevieve Behrend understood something that few have understood. The universe speaks a language that is not made up of words, but of vibrations. And this language responds not to what we say, but to what we feel constantly. She said that every thought is a seed sown in the invisible field of the universal mind, and that this field responds like a perfect mirror, reflecting only what you sustain in vibration. Therefore, it is not enough to ask. You must be the frequency of what you desire. When she studied with Thomas Troward, she learned that thought shapes primordial substance, and that this substance obeys the mental image with divine precision. But Genevieve went beyond the concept. She lived it. She transformed the invisible into concrete experience through silent and disciplined faith. She used to say, "The universe is mental, and what you hold in your mind, you manifest." These words carry the same power that moved mountains in her life. Because she not only understood this law, she vibrated in unison with it. So, the mystery is not how the universe responds. The mystery is why we still doubt that it always responds. Genevieve knew, with every thought, you send a musical note to the cosmos, and the symphony that returns is the exact reflection of your inner harmony. So when your mind aligns with love, faith and clear vision, the entire universe bows to orchestrate the impossible, alignment with the invisible. For Genevieve Behrend, the secret was not just in thinking positively, but in consciously vibrating what you desire. She understood that the human mind is a sacred instrument, a channel between the visible and the invisible. When you think, you move energy. When you feel, you shape that energy. And when you believe, you bring it to life. Therefore, Genevieve said that the first step is to master the focus of your attention. Don't allow fear, doubt, or haste to distort the image the universe is receiving of you. The universe doesn't understand words. It understands vibrational consistency, what you feel and maintain, even when nothing seems to happen. She taught the practice of what she called vivid visualization, mentally seeing what you desire with such clarity and emotion that the thought becomes more real than the physical world. Because, on the invisible plane, thought is the cause, and the world is merely the effect. And when thought becomes feeling, and the feeling remains firm despite appearances, then the universe responds with mathematical precision and divine beauty. Genevieve knew that faith is not blind hope, but the silent recognition of a truth that already exists. And it is in this state of quiet certainty that the invisible bends and reveals itself. Thus, the true power of the mind lies not in forcing reality, but in remembering that you are part of the power that creates everything. When you think in harmony with the whole begins to think through you, the awakening of the inner creator. Genevieve Behrend believed that humankind's greatest mistake was forgetting who they truly are. We live as observers of life, waiting for signs from the universe. But she taught that the universe also waits for us. Every thought is a silent command, every emotion, an energetic signature that echoes in the subtle planes. And when you begin to observe your own thoughts, you realize that you have always been creating, even when you doubted. What Genevieve called the vibration of thought is, in fact, the language of the soul in dialogue with creation. You don't need to beg for change. You need to remember the power that resides within you. Everything that exists around you is a reflection of your inner state. If you change the vibration of your mind, everything around you will begin to rearrange itself to reflect the new pattern. Therefore, true awakening occurs when you understand that you are not separate from the creative source. You are an extension of it, a conscious fragment of the universe itself, experiencing itself, and when this remembrance returns, fear dissolves, doubt loses its meaning, and a profound calm arises. The certainty that you are the thought that the universe dreams of manifesting. Message from the universe to you today. The universe whispers to you now. Everything you seek already vibrates within you. Stop for a moment. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. This breath is the link between the invisible and the visible, the silent reminder that you have never been disconnected. The thoughts you emit today are shaping the fabric of tomorrow. Your feelings are invisible brushes, painting the picture of your future reality. The universe doesn't respond to words. It responds to the vibration of your being. So when you think with love, love moves toward you. When you believe, even without seeing, reality begins to bend around your faith. The message is simple yet powerful. Don't wait for the sign. Be the sign. With each new dawn, the universe asks, what frequency do you choose to emit today? And when you decide to vibrate in gratitude, in certainty, and stillness, the entire universe reorganizes itself to confirm your choice. Nothing is out of reach. Nothing is impossible. You are the conscious thought of creation, the sound that the cosmos hears and responds to, the return to the source. In the silence between one thought and another, that's where everything begins. It's there that the invisible awakens, responding to the vibration you emit. The universe is not a distant mystery. It is the intimate reflection of your consciousness. Every idea, every feeling, is a seed planted in the invisible soil of creation. And what Genevieve Behrend tried to teach us is that power was never outside, but always within, waiting to be remembered. When you think clearly, feel with faith, and act with purpose, life bows before your intention. You become a co-creator, a mirror of the divine itself. So when you finish this video, close your eyes for a moment, feel the silent energy of the universe touching your mind, and remember, everything you desire already exists, just waiting for the right vibration to reveal itself. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this energy with the world, allowing more people to awaken this wisdom, because every time a mind awakens, the entire universe expands a little more. Thank you, and until the next video.